Good morning, Matthew. We are checking out Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the latest and hottest in the annualized franchise. You're a big
Oh,
fan?
bloody hell.
Yep.
That's all I know about Assassin's Creed. They all speak really bad English accents.
That's why I picked a mission with the least English-sounding people in it. One of them who's Indian. So before we get into this, we should just preface, this is an assassination mission, so you're going to be killing one of the Templars. This person we're going to kill is clearly a Templar, but she's one of the more interesting ones. So if you're interested in the story, then maybe turn this video off, because I guess you'll see her death. Even though it's like telegraphed from the first time you meet her, because she's got a massive fucking Templar.
Oh god, what was that?
Templar badge on her arm. So yeah, this game's still a little bit rough at times.
It's a Ubisoft game, of course it's rough.
Yeah, it's I guess it's like the evolution of Unity, and if you compare it to Unity, it's a lot less rough. I actually enjoyed my time with this game in some spots. Every now and again.
Was that the Indian transgender person?
No, right. So the transgender person is way into trains. That's not them, but there is like that's your Indian handler, I guess. And I'm playing as Evie, one of the two protagonists.
I could have made a really bad joke about that transgender liking trains, but I'll hold off.
They actually treat the transgender character real well in that they don't like draw too much attention to it. You know, there's always that like...
Really? This is Ubisoft. Ubisoft are never subtle. They're just like, oh, the transgender person likes long phallic objects going into the holes. Ooh.
See, that's what I was imagining was like... That's why I was kind of a bit reticent, because you don't want... I don't think Victorians would be like having conversations about like transgender politics and stuff on the street, but thankfully they just sort of like treat her like any other character, so that's good.
Well, yeah, that's good, because Ubisoft are shit, and I expected them to do something bad. But I guess with the backlash from Unity when people bitched about no female protagonist, they can't exactly touch gender for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's really what they do real well in this game, and there's not a lot that I would praise about this game. Like I say, I enjoy it, but it's still an Assassin's Creed game. But they do like handle diversity a lot better, like really well. Better than most games do, which is impressive for this series, which is like white male protagonists on revenge quests. For literally all of them. And you still have that with Jacob. He's like a massive meathead. He's the exact kind of protagonist you'd expect.
Of course.
But Evie's a little bit more interesting. So, you know, you might remember this from Unity. You know how you'd like infiltrate areas and there'd be like different side objectives? Kind of like Deus Ex style? Or maybe not Deus Ex. What's that? Sorry, I'm thinking of Hitman style.
Oh, yeah, okay. By the way, this totally was like shown already on YouTube in like a gameplay demo, so it's not really spoiling anything.
Really? This is like you're killing one of the two characters that are named. It seems
yeah,
like
I've already watched this on YouTube by the actual Ubisoft people. They went and killed that guy who stole the uniform, and then they got in and killed the Templar.
That seems like the worst mission to show, because it's like, you know, you kill a lot of Templars in this game, but there's only like 2 of them you give a fuck about, and she's one of them. But, you know, fair enough, if that's what you want to do in their pre-release.
I also noticed that that hook thing seems to ruin the movement completely.
Oh, it's the best!
Now you don't even need to run across rooftops, you can just shoot that and like teleport over there.
You're right, but London is built so differently than any other Assassin's Creed game. It's fucking huge. So you have like roads that are like, I don't know, you know, 2 carriageways, but like actual carriageways. So you could not move between them. Like even if you went, you know, like Unity had a lot of those basically clotheslines. Like that wouldn't even work in this game. And I actually love the new grapple system. It's fucking really good. There's still like some of that running, but you get rid of a lot of the glitching by not having to free run.
Yeah. The one thing that made like Assassin's Creed stand out was the free running, and now they're trying to slowly get rid of that.
I mean, it's, you know, like Black Flag didn't have a lot of free running, and that game was one of the better Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more Assassin's-y than Black Flag.
Ugh.
But not like, it's not totally ham-fisted. I mean, like, your father was like a great assassin. You never see him because he's dead or whatever. But then it's like, the entire story is basically you killing Templars. There's really no plot to it other than that. And they totally have, like, you know, the fucking Sean Hastings, do you remember him?
Oh, yeah.
And Rebecca somebody? The 2 people from Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and I guess Revelations. sort of in the modern day times. They're totally in it, but only in cutscenes, and there's only like 4 cutscenes in the entire game of like them trying to like combat modern day Templars. So I guess they're trying to like, I don't know, it was weird. It was like,
well, they were in Assassin's Creed 4. Remember when you keep going downstairs to get coffee or some shit, and then they're there like infiltrating, and you're like, oh look, it's those people from the last game.
yeah, I see. I
care
didn't
about
know that
you,
was
go
them.
away.
I didn't know that was them when I was playing the game. It was only when I was looking up this game on the Assassin's Creed wiki did I see the picture of them, and I was like, oh shit, they're the irritating people on the stand in the middle of the lobby.
Yep.
But yeah,
As soon as I heard his voice in Assassin's Creed 4, I was like, oh fuck off.
I know.
Desmond's dead. I don't want to deal with this. I want to be a pirate.
Did Desmond... I don't want to spoil Assassin's Creed whatever. But,
Desmond is fucking dead, dudes.
did he sacrifice himself? Was that what happened? Did he do something
Yes,
impressive?
He like sacrificed himself in some way, and he got like burnt alive by a piece of Eden. And then ancient gods came back from like the dead, and now they're gonna destroy the Earth or some shit. I don't know. It's Ubisoft.
Yeah, I see. Because I think like there's a really weird part where like Sean Hastings has got his face to a webcam, sorry, and he's just sort of like talking about his dead friend and how he gave everything to help humanity, and now he's going to do the same. It was super weird because I've never played 3 or finished Revelations, so it made no sense to me.
Don't play free.
Right, so this guy's gonna. We need to do this objective for him to help us get in the tower. I mean, we could just try to break in ourselves. They do this really great thing now where they mark out exits on walls and stuff when you're in a building. So I don't know, in Unity, like one problem I encountered, there's a lot of in-building stuff in Unity, and it is in this game too, but in Unity you just sort of had to find the exits for yourself. So it would be like one window on each floor would be open, and that's the only way you could get in or out of a building. But in this one, they totally mark them on the screen, so you're not getting lost, you're not getting chased by like 50 dudes along a corridor, because you can just aim for where you're going. It's way more about like the fun part of Assassin's Creed, like the combat's super easy, whereas Unity was like super fucked hard, with the microtransactions for like damage boosts and stuff.
Yeah.
They're still in here, but they're more like resources and stuff. It's not about damage or anything. I think you can get an XP booster or like 2 times XP or something, but that's about it.
Ugh.
No multiplayer though, which is weird for a game with 2 protagonists. You thought they would do co-op or something. But
yeah, especially since it was in Unity.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember if you remember our like fucking world famous Unity video where we did slow-mo replays of every fucked up thing that happened in my like 10 minutes with that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Love that video.
mess. I think that's still like our channel trailer as well, just because I enjoyed it so much.
Yep, should be.
But yeah, what we right, so there's like a fucking... I was doing... you reach a point where you basically have to have done so much side shit to finish the last sequence in this game. So I was just like perusing the map, and I saw this mission. I mentioned it in the review, and I still don't want to spoil what it is. But it's named in such a way that it shouldn't be on the map. Like, it doesn't fit with the time period, let's say. And it turns out it sort of opens like this extensive like side quest line. Like, I must have spent like 2 hours doing this side quest thing that feels like it should have been DLC, and it's great that it's not. So if anyone picks up this game, just look for a mission marker in the middle of the Thames, and you'll like instantly know what I mean, because there's nothing else there. But it's,
Is this like the pre-order? Did you pre-order this game?
No, I mean, I did pre-order it, but I didn't play that's like, what's it called, Jack the Ripper stuff? It's pre-order things.
Yeah, maybe.
This isn't this. This is something else that I didn't know was in the game at all. I mean, it could have been pre-ordered, I guess, but I didn't. If it is, it's not like a conscious thing. Maybe it was like a day 1 edition. But yeah, check out the Thames if you're playing this game, because it's what happens in that side mission is more interesting than any of this game or Unity combined. It really makes good on like the whole time hopping of Assassin's Creed in a really cool way.
Is it bad that like one of the best things I think about this game is that the currency is in pounds, so I actually know how much things are worth?
Yeah, I had that moment. It was super weird to see it because you're so used to dollars in every
dollars
game.
Or like in Revelations it was Turkish money. I can't remember what that's called.
Oh yeah, I want to say drachma, but I could be making that up.
I don't know. I've never been to Turkey.
I mean, like that and credits, isn't it? Like, there's always some fucking fake dollar amount in video games.
Yeah, but to actually see like a pound in there, it's like, wow, that's weird.
They don't actually handle the British stuff too poorly. Like, another main enemies are called the Blighters, so you expect them to be terrible about it, but like they don't overdo it like you'd expect them to, which is pleasant. But like getting down buildings is like way harder than it was in Unity, because you remember in Unity was built in a very like up and down fashion. So when you're running along the streets, there'll be like a load of carts stacked up in a perfect way for you to get up, and the same thing to get down. In this, it's a different scale. Oh, the fucking carriages! Like the first time I tried to record this video, I had a mission where we were like, it was all about carriages, because the carriages in this game are terrible. The horse-drawn carts, but my capture kit froze, so we had to go with this one instead. It's like fucking controlling... I can forget the analogy I use. It's like a fucking tank on ice with like no steering and then like only one track works. It's fucking a mess.
Is your person drunk? What the fuck?
She's meant... Well, this is another glitch. She's meant to be like being held hostage by him, but the animation didn't sync. So we'll try it again. There we go. That's how that's meant to work. There's lots of weird visual things. I sent you a couple of them where, like, my Jacob turned into Eevee and I had two Eevees standing on the street.
Oh, yeah.
And another one where like, a mustache appeared on the transgender character, which was hilarious. I mean, it appeared at, like, the whole face of my Jacob guy sheared off in that same scene, so the whole scene was fucked up, but yeah. So, like, look at this, right? I'm still laden with weapons. I've got a pistol... a goddamn sword cane, which theoretically could be concealed, and like, you know, an assassin's blade and shit. And they're just letting me walk straight through.
Of course.
It's like the most contrived piece of shit ever. Like, they don't even, like, make a scene where you're getting stripped of all but your, like, hidden blade or something. They're just totally letting you walk through there.
Well, yeah, this was like, what, 18th century London? Everyone was dumb back then.
Yeah. Nobody could recognize a gun, despite the fact they all had one.
I think guns are the worst thing to happen to Assassin's Creed. Since they added it, it's not like... Like, I liked Assassin's Creed 1 where you have to, like, sneak up and get close to the guy and then assassinate him. This is just like, oh yeah, sit on top of a rooftop and kill him from the furthest distance possible.
I would have agreed with you in Unity, but in this game they handle it like Black Flag, you know, where you just spam the triangle button and you just, like, take off people's heads. So it's a lot of fun to use.
As you wish.
But like well, that's the thing. The assassinations are all inside, so you're basically within like 3 foot of the enemy anyway.
Watch her closely.
So it's less. I mean, the berserk darts are really the thing that fucked up this game, and every Assassin's Creed. So there you go. That's Lucy Thorne down.
Wow, you just kill her in a cutscene.
Yeah, well, I pressed square. It was basically the shittest QuickTime event ever.
Murdered me after
Yeah.
all. But what will that do you?
What?
The shroud
Yeah.
isn't here.
Why did she glitch out like it's the Matrix?
I mean, this is how they do it now.
Wait,
like,
what?
You're looking down at her body, and whenever they talk, they're standing up, walking around.
I thought that was a glitch there. Are you sure it's not a glitch?
No, it's every single Templar.
Are you sure it's not glitched every single time you've killed someone?
I mean, that's possible. This game does glitch a lot.
I hope you never find the shroud.
The Shroud, isn't that like from Mass Effect?
So it's one of the pieces of Eden. That's not a spoiler, it's like they tell you that in the second scene. This fucking game sets up entirely what's happening in like 30 minutes. It's pretty amazing to watch. And then you have to play 16 more hours of Assassin's Creed, which is less amazing. But yeah, it does some really good things. Like, I really think they've gone a long way on the diversity in a good way, not in a ham-fisted way, which is obviously what I expected them to do. So that's positive, and it does play a lot better. It's like, I just don't care about Assassin's Creed anymore.
Nobody does, really.
There's fucking no hype about this. I believe it's the worst-selling Assassin's Creed launch ever in the UK.
That's good. Not that, you know, they're selling less. Well, actually, no, it's good they're selling less, because then it means they've got to do something innovative
Yeah,
to
I
actually
think
get
so.
people's attention again.
So, like, one of the game designers, or, like, creative director or something on this game was, like, from Saints Row the Third, and in hindsight, that fucking totally makes the whole carriage shit make sense. Because it's, you know when, like, Saints Row, you played Saints Row 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
They have that, like, drive the prostitute round and, like, ding cars to get them horny and stuff.
Yes.
So they
They
basically...
also have shit like there's a tiger in the back of this car. Drive so it doesn't attack you.
So I never encountered a tiger, but there is a couple of Indian people, and at least one of them has tigers in his garden, so that's possible. But, like, there's, like, one mission objective where it's, like, smash into shit to make the person in the back of the car, like, you know, fucking shit himself and tell you everything. It's, like, totally out of Saints Row, just with less whores. And there's no whores in this game, there's no prostitutes. which
Really?
is weird.
That's been like in there since Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
I know, but like I was reading, I think it was a Kotaku article, like like pointing out all the historical inaccuracies. One of the huge ones is like London was apparently like the massive horse city, and there's just none of them. And if you believe the Order 1886, you know, the better Victorian game, yeah, a lot of whores, a lot of dicks in that game.
Maybe they were just trying to, be fair to both genders. There should have been male and female prostitutes in the game. You can play as a male or female, it makes sense.
I mean, they should have done, to be honest. I would have given a 4 or a 5 that way. But check out the review, GameDropZone.com, and see you again soon.
I would have given it a quick wanker, then turn it off.